Hey guys, guess what came in today? My weaving loom came in. Hopefully by now you have watched my finger weaving video, and I wove this yesterday, and I had this package which was just the loops. This is the refill. The brand is called Made by Me, and it's Colorful Craft Loops Refill. And then this one is the actual loom that goes with it. That's the plastic thing that you weave on. And it's supposed to have loops inside as well. So I'm really excited to get started and make a video. Now, again, this is not required. This is just for fun. This is not part of your participation grade. If you happen to have this around your house, maybe you got it for Christmas or something and you never touched it, this video will help you figure out how to use it. Maybe your parents are okay with you ordering it online and letting it come in like I did. I ordered mine on Amazon. That's fine too. But if your mom and dad don't want to do that, like if they're trying to live on a budget right now with all these changes that are happening, we need to respect that and take no for an answer. I also saw a commercial today that Michael's is doing online ordering and delivering or curbside pickups. I was really excited because I think it was in my videos just yesterday that I was mentioning it's taken a lot of self-restraint to not go to Michael's. So it's a little dangerous for me to know that that's an option. Then I'm opening it up, and inside I have my loom. This looks like the ones we had at school. We have the purple and the red at school. And then as you can see, tons of loops that are falling all over me here. And it comes with a wand, and it comes with the loom, of course. Now, I prefer the metal wands. I didn't get a choice in this one at school. We have the metal ones, but obviously beggars can't be choosers. We're in this kind of situation. So, okay, so to start out, I'm going to use blue, and I am going to use white. And I'm going to start off with what's called the warp. And I'm just going to stretch the loops side to side, going top to bottom. So when you open them out of the package, they have them kind of tied together, probably so they don't get so mixed up and tangled up. And I'm going to take, now this is going to be a little challenging for me because I have to try to hold it up to the camera so you guys can see. Obviously you can let this lay flat on the table in front of you or in your lap. Then I'm just stretching it across from one loop across to the other. Okay, then I'm going to take the next color. I have my white. Okay, and I'm going to do the next one. And again, it's kind of, I'm having to look at it in the camera. It's kind of like when you try to do something in the mirror. It's a little challenging. So then I go back to the blue. So I'm going to do blue, white, blue, white, blue, white. Okay, and again, this is what's called the warp. This is what you weave into. Okay, now I'm going to do the rest off camera so I can show you all the way down and you don't have to just sit and watch the Miss Thompson show. Okay, so now you can see I have gone all the way down and I stuck with my pattern, white, blue, white, blue, white, blue. Actually, I think it might have been this way where I did blue, white, but you get the idea. All right, now I'm going to take the wand, and you want to start with the end, that's the hook, but you want the hook to lay flat on the warp there, okay? You don't want it like this, obviously, because it would snag each of these as you go by, and then if it was up like this, that wouldn't be too bad, but you would actually it would be bad because you would be snagging them as well. So you want it to lay flat, and it takes a lot of patience. Now, weaving on a loom, it's one of those things where you love it or you can't stand it. It's usually one extreme or the other. For some people, it's really relaxing and they love to do it and they think it's fun. And then for some people, it gives them a lot of anxiety, meaning you feel just, and if it gives you anxiety and makes you feel that way, you don't have to do it. But if you're one of the people that enjoy it, this is something really good to help you fill the time, especially since we're all kind of stuck at home right now. This is perfect for you to have something to do. And then you'll have things that you can give people. I mean, Mother's Day is going to be here before we know it, and Easter, and all kinds of different holidays. So these make good gifts and stuff too. So anyway, so I'm going to take the hook and I'm going to go over the white and under the blue. So I go over, under, over, under. So on all the whites I'm going over, and on all the blues I'm going under. And I treat each little band as one. And it's really important that you pay attention and you don't lose track of what you're doing. I know at school sometimes it's an issue because they're chit-chatting with each other, which is fine. I mean, it's art, but it's hard. You got to keep track of what you're doing. Okay, so now it's gone all the way across, and now I'm going to turn it a little bit where the hook goes up, and I'm going to take one of my loops. I'm going to hook it onto the end of the hook. You can see that. And I'm going to hook it onto that very first peg. Okay. Now again, this is part where it takes a lot of patience. Now I'm going to turn the hook back where it is laying flat, so the hook isn't snagging underneath or above. You want it laying on its side. And again, you can kind of see that. And so now I'm going to very gently, and I also like to kind of keep my finger here so it doesn't accidentally come off of that, and then you did all of it for nothing. And I'm going to very carefully pull it through, and I kind of wiggle it back and forth a little bit. I don't know how much you're able to see there. And again, I'm keeping my finger right here to keep it from coming off, and I just go all the way through, and then I'm going to hook it onto the one on the opposite side, and I can take it off. All right, that doesn't look like much at first. Now every time I add one, I go through and I make sure some of them didn't start to come up, because if they start popping off the little things, that can be frustrating too. Okay, so now I'm going to do my next color, which is purple. So when I did the warp, I did blue, white, blue, white, blue, white. With my weft, W-E-F-T, that's the ones you weave into, or what you're weaving into it, doing yellow and purple. Obviously, you don't have to do the same color that I'm doing, but first I got to start with my little wand here. Now I'm going to do the exact opposite of what I just did. So I went over the white and under the blue. So this time I am going to go under the white and over the blue. And again, it's really challenging trying to do it backwards and in a camera and hold it up. So you'll definitely have the upper hand over me, not having to do it like this. But again, I'm going under the white and over the blue. Hopefully when I turn it to be able to see it, I'm not keeping you from seeing it. Like I said, teaching through videos, this is a whole new experience for all of us. I feel like we're learning together, which is kind of cool. All your teachers are learning how to teach via the internet, while you guys are trying to figure out what we're teaching and where it's at and how to find it and how to use it. Okay, so there my wand went all the way through. And so now, again, I'm going to take the opposite color. I'm going to turn the wand up so it's pointing up towards the ceiling. I'm going to put it on the hook and on that second peg. Okay. Then I'm going to turn my wand back over on its side, kind of like it's going to sleep. It's laying on its side, going to sleep. Okay. And now, again, I put my finger right here on that peg so I don't lose that. It's really frustrating to get all the way through with your wand and then it comes off and you did it all for nothing. And so now I am pulling it through. And again, I kind of wiggle it back and forth. Again, you want to be careful you're not popping those little loops off. And then I'm going to hook it onto the one on the other side. You can see even I'm struggling a little bit. And I'm an art teacher with an art degree. Okay, and now I have my purple one in there. And notice I'm scooting it over. You don't want a bunch of space in between. If you remember when we did the paper weaving not too long ago, when we were learning about Ghana, we had to keep scooting the paper over. We didn't want that space in between. And same thing here. Okay, so here you can see it's under, over, under, over. So you can see how it's the opposite, almost like a checkerboard. Okay, so now what color would I do next? Yes, I would do yellow. Hopefully you said yellow. All right, so again, I'm going to take it and I'm going to do exactly the same way I did it on the first one. I'm going to go over the white and under the blue. And again, you want to pay attention. If you could mess up just one, like if I accidentally do two together under, it messes it up all the way across. And I see that all the time. Kids will come up, it doesn't look right. I think I did something wrong. And it's usually that they did two in a row under or two in a row over. Now again, if you're doing this and it's stressing you out and giving you anxiety, it is not required. I'm just putting this on my YouTube channel because I know a lot of kids do enjoy weaving. This year in particular, it's gotten very, very popular. All right, so you can see I've made it all the way across. All right, so now I'm going to take my yellow again. And put it on the little hook, put it on the little peg. All right, see I'm on peg number 3. And put it back on its side again because you don't want it snagging. And I just kind of wiggle it. I'm going to pull it all the way through. Right, holding it over here again so it doesn't come off. And then I'm going to hook it over here. Woo. And ta-da, there it is. All right, and then I would do the purple again. Now again, remember with my purples, I'm starting under the white and I'm going over the blue. Because again, each time I switch, I'm doing the opposite. Okay. Now, if you are in 3rd or 4th, this is very age appropriate for you. And I say, if you enjoy it, go for it, 100%. If you are in kinder, 1st, and sometimes even 2nd, you might be a little young for this still. Depends on, you. Every person's a little different. All right, so there, I made it all the way through. So again, I turned my hook up. And so what color is this one going to be? Yes, it's going to be purple. Hopefully you didn't say something crazy like chartreuse. All right, so I've got it on the little hook, got it on the little peg, turning it over to its side, and I'm pulling it through, hopefully. So anyway, if you are one of our younger friends, you might not be quite ready for this. It's always okay to try something, even if you think it might be too hard, because you never know, you may surprise yourself. But if you are struggling, that's probably why. And remember, even if, say, you ordered this online. So let's pretend you're in first grade. You ordered this online and it's ended up being a little harder than you anticipated, which means you were thinking. It's okay to put it in the box and leave it for a while and come back later. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, so now I'm going to just keep doing the same thing all the way down, and I am going to fast forward for you so you don't have to just sit and stare at me weaving all day. All right, ta-da! You can see I finished weaving it. Now I'm going to show you how to do the edges so that you can take it off of the loom. So what you do is you pick any corner to start with, and you're going to take off just 2 of them. Again, it's kind of hard to do this and hold it up at the same time. So I've got the yellow one taken off. Oops. Lost the purple one there. I got it back. All right, so we're going to consider this one the first one because it was the first one, the yellow, and the purple is the second one. So the second one goes inside or through the middle of the first one, and you let go of the first one. And so now my purple one is considered the first one. So then I take off this yellow, and the yellow is going to go through the middle of the purple. I know it's kind of hard to see with my fingers in the way, but there's really no way to not use my fingers. And so now I've got that one. So now I'm going to take off this purple one, and it's going to go through the middle of the yellow one. And basically you just keep doing that all the way around until, so I'll go all the way around. When you get to a corner, it doesn't change anything. So like this white one would go through the middle of the purple, and you just go all the way around until you get to the end. Now, the thing that makes it challenging is the farther along you get, the looser it's going to get, because you're not going to have it holding on to the pegs on the opposite side. And so they're going to start kind of coming off of the little pegs. So as they come off, you want to try to put them back on. You might want to get maybe a brother or sister, or your mom or your dad maybe to hold them down. If at school we have a bunch of the little binder clips, and we put them on so they can't come off. If you have anything like that at home, you could use that. But that's the main thing to look out for. Now I'm going to fast forward to finish the edges. Okay, so I've gone all the way around, as you can see, and I'm down to the last 2. I did a pretty good job of keeping them on the pegs. So when I do the last one, obviously the loom comes off. I put the white one through the blue one, and I give it a good little tug, and this will be the one that you can hang it from. And then you have a handy dandy little pot holder. And sometimes you have little imperfections, like this one came off, but it's not the end of the world. Again, we're not trying to be perfect, but there's my little pot holder. And then once you get the hang of it, it gets easier and easier every time you do it. So if you have any questions, just send me an email or ask on Flipgrid. And even though this project is just for fun, you can still upload it to Flipgrid, and so that way I can see it. So have fun and happy weaving.